Фашистське силе темною, с проклятою одной.
Here is Dustyesky, live in Brunswick Heads. Special isolation performance for Australian Broadcasting Collective. We sing together apart, just over 1.5 meters, to be sure.
A Russian choir out of a bunch of men that don't speak Russian. It's kind of bizarre, but it works.
Dustyesky is the leading genuine fake Russian choir in Southern Hemisphere. We are 28 men, middle-aged, very hairy, and we all live outside the tiny little hamlet of Mullumbimby, or as we call it, Mullumbgrad. It turns out that we are the choir fit for pandemic.
И еще о музыке. Любительский хор из Австралии, прославившийся исполнением русских песен, набирает...
And then suddenly they got contacted by Russian TV. And I don't think they were quite prepared for their reaction. It was like they got to be like a boy band suddenly. Boy band for old people.
Исполняют русские классические песни, совершенно не зная.
So we make clip for interwebs. Russian TV jazz it up, and it go crazy over there. The irony of going viral during COVID-19 in Mother Russia. We cannot get enough of it. We are choir born for pandemics. Most infectious choir on the planet right now. Comrade Glenn, he is big boss. Strong, silent type. Dustyesky is his troubled love child.
Glenn Wright is one of the founders of Dustyesky. He has a long history in the music industry from back in Sydney of the Harbourside Brasserie. And he's just really great at seeding ideas and making them happen.
I moved up north to Mullumbimby and I started the Mullumbimby Music Festival. I came up with this idea of putting together a Russian choir with locals. I've had a long-standing love affair with the music of Russia. There's just this incredible tradition. The Russian people are kind of edgy, I think. But I just love the passion, and I think that that's what the choir tries to create.
Cheers, Tom. Cheers. Prost, whatever.
I was having a beer with my friend Tom Whitaker, Comrade Whitaker.
It was great. Yeah.
Tom said, well, we need to find someone to lead us musically, and suggested Andrew Swain.
I was at a party with Glenn and Tom, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were drinking vodka, and that was when they asked me. Well, I was pretty much anybody's at that stage. And then the next morning, I woke up and I went, oh, Russian. And away we went.
Andrew Swain has a long history in choirs. He is a choir master himself. You couldn't get someone better to be doing the arrangements.
When we get louder, not to speed up, just relax, you know, like give it all, but don't race it.
When we started the group, I didn't audition anybody. I do come from a background where I do believe that everybody can sing.
Who knew parking was a problem in Mullum, huh?
Mark Swivel came along and he was new to town and kind of new to the choir. I don't know how he got in because it was pretty tough, but he was exactly the right person and the right fit.
Now, each of the Dustyeskys live alone in shipping container. We do many things for workings. Most of the boys work in typewriter factory. Some of them are salmon smokers. Of course, we make the gherkin liqueur. That is how we live our life. We make most of our money from that. Ski pie. We do a little bit sing-song now for the good people of Mullumbgrad.
Swiv's a lawyer, but he's also a comedian. He brought humour and a dynamism to the show.
What do we think of the red gherkin beer, boys? What do we think? Is good? Oh, that is absolute seal of approvals right there.
We did our first gig at the 2015 Mullumbimby Music Festival, and it went really well. It felt like we were Russians. In fact, some of the people in the audience thought we were Russian, which we all got a kick out of, and the original idea was that that would happen.
It was a massive reaction right from the outset. They got other gigs. You know, other festivals wanted them to come and perform there. But they had to be really careful. Like, they couldn't grow too quickly because they only had 3 songs.
And it was kind of then that the momentum of Dustyesky just started to roll.
And we got invited to sing at the Fringe in Sydney. Then we got invited to WOMAD, so the stages were getting bigger.
Proper musicians on every stage, tens of thousands of people. For some reason, we're there as well.
We really love our rehearsals. In fact, I think sometimes we love the rehearsals more than the gigs.
It's the highlight of my week, and I think it's true for a lot of the other guys too.
The songs we sing, they've lasted the test of time. They're the songs of the folk, the people of Russia. We try and recreate this passion of the Russians.
We bring for you only songs of despair and suffering to fill your hearts with love and joy. Hello. Hello.
By the end of it, everybody dancing and behaving in quite a silly fashion. But also, I think everybody sees that we respect the music deeply.
Итак, сегодня мы в гостях у одного из самого необычного хора Австралии, Dustyesky.
The Russians started to notice us, and we were really nervous about whether they'd like us or hate us.
But everyone go, oh, Dustyesky, I know that Russian writer boy. And we go, no, it's Dusty fridge phobia, like icebox. Very good.
And the Russian ambassador come along with his entourage. If you look under Bond villain on Wikipedia, there is a picture of him. That is what he looks like. He's a beautiful man. So he loves it, his wife loves it too.
О русских мотивах на австралийский лад. Павел Матвей.
Out of the blue, TV1, which is like the Russian version of the ABC, did that little spot at the end of the news.
А в Австралии сердца слушателей покоряет коллектив, который исполняет песни на...
And suddenly my phone started getting like messages from Russia in the middle of the night. I was like, what's going on? And eventually we found out that, we'd been shown all over Russia all day at the end of every newscast.
Цель разбогатеть и прославиться перед ними не стоит.
Russians are moved by it, and they're reminded of how rich their culture is, and they easily accept what we do as a compliment.
We're not interested in politics. We do not endorse any political system or government. We invite President Putin to come to Mullumbimby and to sing with us, to go fishing with us, to drink with us, and we hang out in the river together. We take off our shirts and cover ourselves in macadamia butter and see what happens.
Hey!
Dustyesky.
Glensky. Elbows.
I want to hug you.
No, you can't.
Why not? Ah,
Hey, today's the day, man.
I know, the 5th of May. We'd be in the Motherland.
I know. We'd always wanted to go to Russia, but it's so hard to organise anything with 28 guys. It's like herding cats. I mean, there's no way it's going to happen. Eventually, we get the phone call. It's the Russian Ministry of Culture. We want you guys to come to Russia to sing for the regiment of the immortal soldiers for the Grand Victory Day Parade in Red Square. And we're like, here we go. 250,000 people and Putin and the tanks and all the stuff.
They were going to invite 28 men to travel all the way around the world for 4 minutes. And we said most of men not last that long, but we give it a crack anyway.
All the crew from Dustyesky should have been on a plane pretty well right now flying to Russia, and then COVID hit, so it was cancelled.
Bloody COVID. got in the way, didn't it?
And so Russian TV invited them to put a clip together. They just did it on their iPhone, all in different locations of where they are in isolation.
COVID-19 is terrible shadow, but also an opportunity, and it brings us together. We are ridiculous enough as it is, but we all sing together alone in shipping container is beautiful and ridiculous, and it sounds good. Amazing. Why not?
How do you say viral in Russian? Millions of people have watched it, and I've been getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments from Russian people saying, you guys are amazing, this is incredible, you're beautiful. Like, we've had so many responses on Facebook Messenger from people in Russia. And then this one's just come back. A choir in Russia has recorded Waltzing Matilda in response to what we did for them in Russia, except they're really good.
Calling. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Instead of the concert that we were going to sing at, they've asked me and one other member of the choir in a COVID-friendly fashion to appear with the anchorman of this program, singing with him on the telly. Now I'm really scared.
Okay, when you're ready, guys.
Okay.
A poli tanki grakotali, soldati szli w posledni boj, a Moladova komandira.
Dustyesky Choir, their performance is going to be a part of our special 9th of May Victory Day coverage. It's going to build up their fame even more.
They've since indicated that they will go ahead with the celebrations for Victory Day, but just at a later date. So there's hope. We might end up in Russia.
Oh, well done, boys.
I really hope Dustyesky do get to go to Russia, because I feel like that's the next part of their story. This is going to be extraordinary for them to take that next jump and really feel what it's like and the emotional connection of singing these songs that don't belong to them, to people who own these songs.
They are songs that the Russians have stopped singing. And to us, there is something amazingly beautiful about helping people rediscover their own culture.
The accidental nature of the whole thing has been a really fantastic journey, not just for me, but for everybody.
The songs of Russia are actually the songs of entire world. That is the lesson, if you want one, of Dustyesky, that there is no particular culture. There is just the song, and it holds all of us within it.